Hey everybody, it's Chase. How's it going tonight? Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. I see Mark in the house. I see the Richards Art in the house. I see, ooh, I got myself over here. Gotta get that off. I see William in the house. What's up, William? Richard's Art. Mark. Porky Mike Hunt in the house. How is everybody tonight? We're going to give everybody some time to get in here because, man, we got some stuff to talk about tonight. And I am going to count down live my 10, what I consider the 10 best horror 4Ks that I have bought this year. So we're going to do that live. I got them ranked and set up over here. Got some stuff about James Gunn, too. He's got 1 foot out the door at DC already. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Maybe 1 foot getting kicked out the door. All right, good. I'm sounding good. 77 Rockets. What's up, man? Justin B in the house. Jeff. How do you say your name? Alf? Aleph? Aleph? Gus. What's up? Terry. David. Nah, we'll see about Gunn. We'll see, but man, oh man. There is some bad stuff coming down as far as news for everything he's got going, and now things are going down the drain a bit. We're going to get to it. We're going to give everybody a few minutes to get in here. It's like there's about 50 of us in here. Make sure you hit the like and get us kicked out here, and get it out there. Oh, man. Welcome to the East Coast. The best coast. What's happening? I'm your Huckleberry. Jim Bob. Party on, Garth. Chase Street in the house. Chase, I just got your movie that you sent me, The Sect. I just got it. I appreciate that, man. Ben checking in from Ireland. Hit that like button. I wanted him to, but he has to. Like, I'm such a Superman fan. The movie was okay, but he approaches everything like it's his own pet project, and he's remaking Guardians of the Galaxy again and again and again. Checking in from Cali. How can you watch my movies? Well, right now, Creature Feature, Bring Me a Dream, Buried Cane, and Realm of Souls are all on like Tubi and Amazon Prime and like Comcast Xfinity, several other things. Those 4 are anyway. Yeah, those 4 are on Tubi. Those 4 are on Tubi. Yo, my man Jason from Movie Mass 4K in the house. Wow, M. Bison checking in from North Korea. Awesome. Yeah, those 4 are on there. 3 horror, 1 drama. That's the Buried Cane's kind of a Southern Gothic drama. Nice. Reanimator and Empty Man. Tonight we're gonna talk about some of the James Gunn stuff that's been going down, but I'm also gonna rank live. I have my top 10 horror 4Ks that I have bought this year. And I'm going to bring them. I got them ranked over here, 10 to number 1. We're going to go over that tonight. And I just watched these today. I haven't had time to properly evaluate them, so they're not in the countdown. Spawn and In the Mouth of Madness. I watched them both while I was working today. Oh man, that is exactly the reaction you should get when watching Blood for Dracula. It's, what the F was that? Oh, I'm glad you had fun with Creature Feature, man. We had a few dollars, and every dollar went into makeup and what you see on screen. Robert in the house. What's up, man? Night of the Living Dead? Oh, you'll have to wait and see on the countdown. Yes, if these both deserve a spot up that high, but I had already done my rankings, so it was up until I got these. So these are both excellent. I'm doing full 4K reviews of these on my Patreon and YouTube channel membership stuff. Yo, there is Movie Mass 4K. Make sure you're subscribed to him too. Though he's been slacking on me lately. Hadn't seen some new extra videos. I don't have a specific exit time tonight. Oh yes, I've seen Waxwork. I also hear my son in there eating again. This is his post-dinner meal. Every time, it's like Friday. It's the movie Friday. I give it to him all the time. I'm like John Witherspoon. Every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, eating up all the food. What's up, Mr. Mario? 70 in here and less than 30 likes. I know it's hard sometimes for people to hit that like button. His football season is going good. They've got 2 more regular season games left. One Friday night. I was thinking today was Thursday, but it's not. One Friday night. They got a bye week next week, and then they moved their game from Friday the 31st, so it's not on Halloween. They moved it to the 30th. And then we'll see how playoffs go. Quietly in the house. Yes, he's in there post-dinner. It sounded like cereal. Yeah. Post-dinner, multiple bowls of cereal.
I think it was spaghetti and meatballs, too.
And he had spaghetti, a huge thing of spaghetti and meatballs, and garlic bread, and a fruit, and a protein pudding, and he's still having some more food. The after-dinner dinner. That's it. Oh, you checked out my video on the thing? Oh, I love it. That video, I put a lot of time in that video, and it's such a low performing video for the channel. That kind of threw me. A big one for sure. Brogu says, I've been enjoying your videos for the month. I appreciate it. I love doing the spooky season stuff. It's always a hard changeover when we go into November, because you're like, that first few days of November, you're still maybe kind of in the Halloween mood. You're still kind of particularly this year, because Halloween comes on a Friday night, so that whole weekend I could see you definitely still being in scary movie mode. And then, the first few days, then you're kind of in this weird transition period. There's not as many Thanksgiving designated things. So, you know, it's like this weird changeover time. So I'm going to try to lean into some documentary style stuff to go along with my list and everything at that time. So still should be fun. I mean, I don't abandon horror completely ever, but like we'll have fall horror films lists, and we'll have Thanksgiving horror lists, and all kinds of stuff in November. Oh, Tony O, appreciate it, man. Yeah, Tony O sent me a picture. He's got the green Creature Feature hoodie with my Creature Feature movie art on there. Yeah, just finally got my hat in. Got this AVA shirt. I got one of my Halloween designs in there. Still trying to break in. You know, the hats are you got to break them in. Got to break them in. For me, I wear my hats out. So. Oh my gosh, he's second breakfast. He eats first breakfast, second breakfast. He eats like them. Like he would be fine to eat with them. Afternoon tea, dinner, supper, luncheon. Beetlejuice in the house. That's kind of what I say all the time. For like, if you really look at it, the 70s carried into about 81, 82 ish, and then the 80s carried into 92, 93 ish. But we didn't get like maybe the 90s carried over to 2000, 2001, 2 ish. But then the carryover kind of stopped, and after that, there's not as many defining characteristics per decade as there used to be. Nice. Fright Night 2. Oh, Boogeyman's Closet channel icon in the house. He says, hey, Chase, I need your address so I can send your TerraVision pack. Oh, man, first of all, the $20 really helps out. I appreciate the super chat. I have been bad about getting in and out of my email. I've been trying to do so much here lately. If you email me, I will email you back. What? Oh, yes. And if you want anything from me on the 25,000 subscriber live stream, it all got mailed out yesterday. So finally got everything mailed out. And if William Driver pops in here, remind me, because he bought a movie for me like a month or so ago. I got it sent out to him finally. But thank you so much, my friend. Daryl says he just discovered my channel recently with the Halloween content. Love the channel. Looking forward to seeing more. I appreciate that. So, like, you know, it's not just... So a lot of people don't know I don't just do horror all the time. I never leave horror completely. There's always horror lists that pop up. But like we'll do other stuff that's not all lists are not always horror focused all the time. Just for September and October they are. And I'll have videos on why films are different now. I've got all kinds of like documentary and list style videos, comedies. We'll do very seasonal stuff and everything every year. So lots of stuff to come. But like I've still got 5 or 6 horror lists planned for November already. So don't worry, it won't go away. I've got 3 or 4 I know planned for December. I'm still learning about the hype. I don't know if you can hype a live stream or if it's just videos. Yeah, man, I have to count September because once October gets here, it's like it's gone so quick. And I'm trying to let my beard grow more because we're dressing up for Halloween, and I am going as McCready from The Thing. So I'm trying to let the beard grow more. I mean, you got Kurt Russell has an award-winning beard in The Thing, so it's not going to get quite that thick by then, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I only ever saw the first episode of that. That's one I'd like to go back and watch it. Oh, yeah, April Fool's Day. I did a full 4K review of that on here. Full 4K review on my channel. You can look it up. Elite Ball Knowledge Channel. I appreciate it, man. I just love all movies. I love all kinds of movies. I mean, horror might be my most nostalgic maybe to talk about, and I make horror films, but I don't know if it's always my go-to genre or not. I'm an 80s, 90s, I'm an adventure and action film guy too. I just love movies. I love all kinds of movies. I'm the weird guy who will watch, Terminator and then watch Rocky and Creepshow and then put in, 2 Criterion movies in a row. I just, and then I'll throw in Breakfast Club or Pretty in Pink. I just like all kinds of movies. I just like movies. Always have. And so I like talking about them all because they all make me feel different ways. I have a list coming for November for what I consider to be the 25 best films of the last 25 years. That's been a tough one I've been working on. I'll work on a lot of these lists way ahead of time. I want to thank Boogeyman again. He's already a channel icon. He's got that big single neon page with his name for that. Oh, yeah. Oh, what I want to talk about, and I may do this in a video, because I talked about how we used to be connected, and I think some things are starting to change back just a little. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but this year, more than any year I remember in the last 10 years, 15 years, I've seen more Halloween commercials. I've seen a Sleepy Hollow Butterfinger commercial. I've seen Burger King and one other fast food restaurant doing a Halloween menu with Halloween themed foods and Halloween themed commercials. I've seen more Halloween themed commercials and stuff like that again popping up this year. And that gives me hope. Maybe we're starting to correct ourselves a little bit, maybe. Yeah, Sith O'Brick, man, it's only been 2 weeks since that 25K celebration, and we'll probably hit 30,000 sometime tomorrow. It's crazy, man. Well, I hope you stick around past the Halloween stuff, because there's always horror, but we'll have fall stuff, we'll have Thanksgiving stuff, we'll have Christmas stuff, but we'll also have deep dives into horror films, and we'll have deep dives into other films and the state of filmmaking, documentaries, and all that stuff like that will go on all year round. All right, man, I just have not got in there and checked anything. I just really haven't. Listen, I tell everybody, I already warn you, on a good month when it's not football season, I get to the post office once every 2 weeks. And if I miss that, I ain't going again for a couple of weeks. So, and right now, y'all, my Patreon members know, I did a candid video. I have it is super busy right now. I've had friends say, "Did you see that text?" And I'm like, literally, I have not picked up my phone today. I woke up, drank some water, put coffee on, sat down, started working on my working on videos, and then worked all the way till, I helped my kids with their schoolwork, took my son to football practice, dropped him off, came back, worked for an hour and a half, went back and got him, came back home, started working again, ate dinner, there's just, I'm having to watch movies as I'm working. Are we getting another Halloween watch list? I mean, maybe I can try to do a 13 days of Halloween one. That might be a cool idea. I'll try to do a 13 days of Halloween. Actually, let me write that out. Let me write that down. I got lists. I got stuff I'm doing right here, so I can do it. Maybe try to do a 13 days of Halloween. How about that? Because there's some others that I would like to recommend too. I have a massive, for the first time ever, you guys are going to get a video on Saturday. It's either going to come Friday night or Saturday. That is going to be the first of its kind video on the channel. It's going to combine that nostalgia documentary style with a list. And if we hit a little bit towards our goal here, I'll tell you what that video is going to be, because it's a big one. Favorite Treehouse of Horror episode is the very first one. The very first one. Still my favorite. Still my favorite. Yeah, I don't need one quite that long. You like royalties? Seems like if they were going to, they would have by now. I don't know why they're holding out on it. Oh, yeah, man. I got the 4K over here. It was on a list recently. You missed the list. The Boogans. Final Girl says, I played a YouTube video in the background that was just Halloween commercials from the... Yes, it's very comforting. Very comforting. That is Creepshow 2 back there. Chappie! Man, that is just my thing with the long story short, it was really the Beastmaster Vinegar Syndrome Ultra that got me back into collecting movies. It's a very special movie between me and my dad passed away suddenly, and that movie just got me back into it. So the VSUs are got a special place in my heart. So I decided I was going to not only collect them all, I was going to have one for me and one for him, basically. A backup. My dad would have loved all of this right now, the rebirth of physical media and all that kind of stuff. All this cool stuff. My Return of the Living Dead is back here. I have not watched it yet. You can kind of see it right there. Yeah, I would love to see. I hadn't had a chance to go. I don't think I'm going to have a chance to go anywhere and do that. Fana has a commercial. Like, maybe I'll try to give some hope, because I've been trying to give hope with the nostalgia that maybe this stuff would come back. And I actually told Risha the other night, I was like, I've noticed it more this year than in a decade. So maybe nature's healing itself in some things. Oh, you're going to love How. I love How. How is good. Boogeyman's Closet here. I'm going to put my email address for anybody that needs it in the chat. AVA with Chase at gmail.com. Anybody that may need it. Me too. Commercials used to be a lot more fun. Beetlejuice has the worst luck with shipping. That we're course correcting, I think, in a lot of things. All the Night of the Demons movies are fun. You just picked up what you're talking about today. It's a $2 bucket. That's adorable. Yeah, like Dunkin' Donut. Yeah, so like I've just noticed more of it, more commercials, more going on in the way they used to. The Count Chocula and Boo Berries back in the store. We bought some Count Chocula. That's probably what Logan was eating in there. Oh boy, what movie do I enjoy more, Halloween or Trick or Treat? I mean, Trick or Treat is fun to watch, man, on Halloween. Halloween is... Man, that's tough because Carpenter is one of my favorite directors of all time, but you're asking me, like, I have both of those movies in top 5 horror movies of all, top 5 or 10 horror movies of all time, so it's so hard to pick between those two. Yeah, I love it. I'm hoping we are course correcting. Pirate ship. I haven't heard of that. Oh, my Patreon. Oh, I can show you guys about the Patreon. Let's see if I can get this. Ooh, bright light, bright light, bright light, bright light. It's like we must have lost a Patreon member or two today. That's not fun. All right, let's see here. This is my Patreon, and I mean, there is a discount right now to join it for 20% off any of the levels, and this is where I still do all my, like, for anybody that doesn't know, I do the 4K reviews, deep dives, I do hunts in the wild, I do just hanging out with me, I do all kinds of stuff. Sunday conversations. This was just a big unboxing of everything that I've gotten recently. Hey, everybody. Nothing big, like, formal, but, early access to where I went to Halloween Horror Nights, Chasing the Wild Hunt, other pictures. I just did the End of Days and Night of Living Dead 4K reviews here. Just talk to people all the time. Sunday conversations, just different stuff. Crazy 4K reviews, adult 4K reviews, thanks to Vinegar Syndrome. So if you guys are interested in that, this is the link. I don't know how many of you, a lot of you may already be there. But that is the link. Lots of good stuff. I hadn't had a chance to watch it. I got it saved in my watch list, Becca. Some of that I don't doubt is probably ridiculous. Return of the Living Dead is my favorite zombie movie. That's my favorite zombie movie of all time. Return of the Living Dead. November 1st kicks off Halloween 2026 countdown. I love it, man. I've still got a few little final touches over here to do. At the top of the hour here, we'll start the top 10 4K countdown of the year. Oh, we got a big super chat from Chase Street. One good chase deserving another. Says, crap, I missed the Boogans on a list. I thought I'd been watching them all. Okay, I got some homework for tonight. Yeah, there you do. Yeah, the Boogans. I got the 4K from Kino Lorber. It's over here somewhere. I think it was on Creature Movies or something that you missed. I think that's what it was. Marvelocity says, Chase, your description of A24 horror as depression movies is the best I've heard of them. They aren't badly made movies. Yeah, they're just sad. I'm going to go into a deep dive on Midsommar, and I'm probably going to make some people mad, but I'm going to go into it. I'm going to do some other movies like that. Not like real long ones, like maybe 15 minutes. Kind of discussions on them to drop in amongst the lists. Yeah, Mushashi, I watched both of these today while working. In the Mouth of Madness and Spawn. Spawn, by far the best I've ever seen it look. And I'll be having those 4K reviews up here soon on my Patreon. Return of the Living Dead scared me as a kid, too. It did. It didn't make my scariest movies list, but it did scare me. The one that was tied down and telling them about eating brains and stuff scared the crap out of me. I have slowed down recently. Like, I just... I mean, I still buy what I want to, but I'm not going outside. Like, it's like if I can wait, I'm waiting. But I'm buying plenty. I mean, but I think part of that, though, is because the last couple of months between Arrow and Scream Factory and Kino, they just haven't had tons of stuff. And Vinegar Syndrome, I'm a subscriber, but I wouldn't have bought a lot of stuff the last couple of months. So I think that's part of it too. They just haven't put out things that I want, and so that's it makes it feel like I'm slowing down. I have not. You got a couple so far, including Blood Tracks. I haven't bought anything else from them. I have almost everything that I want from Vinegar Syndrome. I've got a ton back here. I wanted Demon Wind, but I'm waiting until I get it with a slip at this point. Send James to outer space. You strike me as an Ernest Goes to the Tractor Pull fan. Okay. Not really sure what that's supposed to mean. That is an underrated one. Is this a supposed to be a troll, or are you supposed to be trolling there? Because if you did, it wasn't very good. Halloween has a lot more staying power than most. Carpenter is my second favorite director of all time. Spielberg is my favorite director of all time. James Cameron would probably be third. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying them. I love doing the videos. It's fun. It's fun. You're getting so many Disney-related articles on your phone feed. I appreciate that, Richard's Art. My Patreon rocks. Oh yeah, I know all. Like I'm a Disney historian. Any good Halloween shows? Well, I did some for some like old school Halloween shows. I did a video. But I don't know if I've seen any like Halloween episodes this year or anything, but I haven't watched much TV in a couple years. My Patreon is kind of like OnlyFans. No, I haven't gone that far yet. It did. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. I'm trying to catch back up with the chat. I've heard about that one, Tonio, but I have not seen it. I did a review of Mac and Me. It's on the channel. Fright Night. Oh, got a $5 super chat from Mark H2O. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm not big on the sadness, depression, metaphor stuff. Oh, I know. Like, people will be very angry at me. They'll make more videos telling me I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to movies, which is funny. But I'm going to make it anyway. Oh my gosh. Favorite movie I've ever seen in the theater? I mean, the Indiana Jones. Got probably. Although at the time, I might have, believe it or not, argued Return of the Jedi. Because I was a kid. Yes, I've got Simple Plan. Good movie, good movie. I'm trying to get to it. I'm trying to catch everybody up. Throwback Cafe in the house. What's up? What's up, Tim? Alan, you got 4K of Humanoids of the Deep and Pumpkinhead. They look great. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad that you enjoyed those. Humanoids from the Deep. Go and find an old copy of that and look at it, and it will blow your mind what they were able to do with that 4K. Holy moly. One of the best of the year. I haven't seen Weapons yet, so I am going to try to actually watch that this weekend. I was willing to blind buy it, but nobody has it in, and I'm not sure when it's coming out, so I'm just going to rent it this weekend and watch it. I love Near Dark. Blue Steel is pretty good. K-19, the Widowmaker I have over here, but that's got anything that's got Harrison Ford in it, I'm probably going to own it. Chase Street with another $10 super chat says, thank you for the 13 Scariest Movies video. I recommend Autopsy of Jane Doe for mom, and she really liked it. If you recall, she is the one who said Lighthouse 2 was just dudes farting. I remember that because we talked about it here, was laughing. That movie is legitimately scary to me. Somebody today said they just found my channel, and they appreciated the fact that it seemed like the 13 movies I put on my 13 Scariest Horror Movies list were movies that actually scared me and not just going with popular opinion. That's 100% fact. I don't do that. That opens me up sometimes for people criticizing, how do you not have this movie or how do you not have that movie? I go based on my opinion. For objectively as a filmmaker and subjectively as a fan, I put that together and give you my opinion of how movies affect me and what I think of them. Because I feel like if you're coming to my channel, you're here for my opinion, not for just me to regurgitate like Rotten Tomatoes or someone else's opinion. Because all Rotten Tomatoes is a collection of other people's opinions. So I'm going to give you my honest opinion. Those 13 movies I find legitimately scary for technical, emotional, all kinds of reasons. And Autopsy of Jane Doe, obviously I saw it. I was 40 years old almost when I saw that movie when it came out. It scared the crap out of me. And it's a good movie. Trying to catch up here. Oh, a $7 Canadian super chat from Phil says, Friday night last minute live was fun times. Missed it live, but watched the rerun. Yeah, we didn't have a game last Friday. They had moved it to Thursday because fall break here in our county. And so I was able to do Friday. Now this week we're back to Friday, and I can't do tomorrow, so we're here tonight, which I know is probably wrecking, because I think like Ken over at Mid-Level Media, he does Wednesday nights and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I can't, like sometimes I got to go on when I can go on. I'm not trying to step over anybody. I have never heard of that movie until they put it out, so I'm not blind buying. I'm not blind buying Miss 45 either. I am from Georgia. I'm born and raised in Georgia. I made the decision. Most people that aren't, if you're new here, I act too. I didn't just teach film and all that stuff and direct and make movies. I act too, or I did. I don't consider myself an actor, but like I had to do that in college and stuff. And so I went through, like, I can get rid of my accent if I want to get rid of, like, I'm not going to do it. But I made the decision when I made the channel to not worry about my accent, because I wanted to be me. And if I get rid of my accent when I'm talking to you guys, well, that's not me. So what accent that I have left? Now, like, if you go and find interviews of me, a lot of times, like there's an interview like where I've posted a picture where I've been on the news and stuff like that, you probably won't find much accent there. You're going to get more of the accent that I have left here. And like when I would go and speak at conventions and stuff like that, I would mostly get rid of it. So you're going to get some of my Georgia accent still. My kids have no accent at all, because my daughter a little bit, because this is really all the accent that I have left. Oh man, I don't know about David Eggers. That thing would be a slow crawl, though. Oh yeah, Island of the Fishmen is good. Yep, there is a good Blu-ray of that. I might hit 30K on this live stream. I don't even know where I'm at right now. No telling. Let's see. No, not quite. I still got 250 to go. Or 245 to go. So I doubt it'll happen during the live stream. I have a hard time watching that movie because I'm so claustrophobic. Terrifying movie to me, Event Horizon. Let me see if I can catch up real quick. Thank you, Steve. I'm going to do my... Oh, I love the Shaggy and Scooby. All right. So, before we get into James Gunn, I'm going to give you guys the first two movies on my top 10 4K horror movies of the year list. Coming in at number 10. Now, this is not just that I like the movies. It's also the best, like, 4K restorations. And remember, I don't own everything. So, coming in at 10 is Jason Goes to Hell from Arrow. This thing looked so good, it made me realize there was practical effects in here I never even knew existed in it. And I've seen it a bunch of times. It's so good. It is so good. The 4K here. And I like the movie better than most people. I like what they were trying to do here. So this comes in as in the top 10. It edges into the top 10. Now, whether it will stay there by the end of the year, because like both of these are super damn good too. But this, for right now, cracks into the top 10 of best horror 4Ks I bought this year. And coming in at number 9, Night of the Creeps. Now, I love this movie, and I'm a big Tom Atkins fan. But when I looked at the Blu-ray compared to this is a big jump up. A big jump up. It just, the colors came to life. All that stuff. I was a big fan of how this looked. So, Night of the Creeps, I have preached to anybody. I think it's great. I'm going to put this poster up over here pretty soon. I'm a big fan of that, but it is a really good 4K. And so that's two of them right there, of the top 10. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about this James Gunn stuff. Now, I'm a huge superhero fan. I am a huge Superman fan. Guardians of the Galaxy is one of my favorite superhero movies. So I was a James Gunn fan. I'm not saying I'm not a James Gunn fan now. But I think he is... I don't think he's right for this job. And I think we're going to have some issues. So... I had been watching Peacemaker. I watched season 1 and season 2. And then season 2 started to go off the rails with too much. I mean, so much politics shoved into everything. And James Gunn seems to be right now trying to just shove his wife and his brother into everything he does. But this show failed to reach the Nielsen ratings at all. And it just went off the rails. It just went off the rails. And before it was over with, it was already... James Gunn's trying to do damage control, but it was canceled before season 3. So... the problem with that is it was his holdover from the other universe, which he should never have done, but he wanted to do because he likes these people and his wife was involved in that universe, so he wanted to bring it over. And he definitely has gotten a little bit full of himself. He also promised a bunch of cameos and a bunch of huge tie-ins and all kinds of stuff to the bigger DC universe for the season finale that didn't happen. And when he got called out on it, he went on a video and just like kind of went after fans like, yes, that's the ending, deal with it, I don't care whether you like it or not. So he overpromised and underdelivered. And so now, if you saw this, it ends with a massive cliffhanger. And if it's supposed to expand to the rest of the universe, that's a big problem. So season 3, they're not doing. And then Forbes came out with some bad news as the final numbers came in for Superman. The film earned $354 million domestically and $261 million for a total of $615 million, which is still, I mean, by comparison, that's like $300 million less than Guardians 3. And this is Superman. But you still, okay, well, $600 million. Except for the problem is that after they had to pay the theaters and the distributors, they only got $308 million. The problem is the budget before residuals, interest, and studio overhead was $350 million. So they were $42 million in the hole, and they still owe out way more money on it. A lot more. So this is going to end up losing $150 million, $200 million for them. And that is Superman. The biggest name you got in DC, that in your first out of the gate, and then Peacemaker is canceled. He had the cartoon too that got canceled, the cartoon TV show. Both shows canceled. Then this is going to lose a couple $100 million by the time they pay everything out. And that's Superman. And his plans to back that up are Supergirl, who he introduced as a drunken 20-something, and Clayface, which I barely even know as a huge fan. So I just don't know. And then now there is the word from Paramount that if Paramount closes the deal to buy Warner Brothers rejected their first offer, which came out to about $20 per share. They're wanting them to go more. Paramount is putting in a new offer. They've already said if Paramount buys them, first thing they're doing is getting rid of James Gunn and this DC universe. So that just causes all kinds of problems because now fans are like, wait, you just restarted this. The 2 shows have flopped. The movie lost money, and now we're in this like waiting period to see if the whole thing gets axed and we have to wait to start over again. So I like this is it's very hard to get invested thinking it could get pulled out from under you again. But considering they were 42 million short of breaking even of profitability, and then they still owe out another $100+ million in residuals and overhead, that's Superman, y'all. Like Guardians of the Galaxy 3 should never on Earth make more money than a Superman film. And the problem is, though, he basically tried to make Guardians of the Superman. His Suicide Squad was Guardians of the Suicide Squad. Everything is like kind of similar. It's like always he tries to create this like ragtag group of, flawed people that come together and they're like a dysfunctional family and you kind of root for them. But everything can't be that story, and Superman is not that. And I enjoyed the movie in a lot of aspects, but a lot of aspects I'm like, man, this is not Superman, and this is stupid. There's a whole serious scene going on with Superman and Lois that had some gravitas, and he's got a damn glowing monster outside the window, and the Justice nutbags out there fighting it. So it's sounds like I'm not a huge fan if you don't know the Drunken Supergirl arc or Clayface. Yeah, the Drunken Supergirl arc, I hope you're kidding. But Clayface, my point to you is a Clayface movie. If Superman loses money, what do you think is going to happen with Clayface? That's my point. I don't care how big of a fan you are. You have to have the normies have to go to see the movie. The biggest problem is they cast a real Superman. I'll go back to what I think my biggest problem is. You just keep putting people in the Superman outfit 10 minutes or 5 minutes into a movie. None of them earn it. You don't see them. You don't see them fail. You don't see them to struggle to become this thing. They're already this symbol of greatness by the time you see them. And I like Henry Cavill. And there's things I liked about the Snyderverse. But Superman, you Batmaned my Superman. It's not dark and brooding. That's not him. Everybody keeps trying to bend him to their will. And I still think that Smallville is the one that did it the most right as far as seeing him stumble, fall, exceed, move up. Took him too long. He should have gotten the suit earlier. But if they were giving me Superman to do today, first of all, I would say we're going to stop all DC movies for a couple of years. Nothing's going to happen for a couple of years. And then we're going to start out with Superman Begins. Basically, I would call it Smallville, like something. And you start out with him as he's learning his powers. Now, Man of Steel did this a little bit. But I would follow more of the Batman Begins scenario where he doesn't become Superman until the end of the movie, basically. You see him have to become it. And you start to root for him and things like that. There's different ways that I would do it. This whole just like, hurry up and put him in the costume and tell everybody he's Superman. Don't tell everybody he's Superman. Show everybody why he is Superman. That's it. That's it. And everybody's like, oh, we don't need another origin story. You don't necessarily have to go back and show him crash land and all that kind of stuff, but we can see him dealing with the fact of where he came from, trying to graduate high school or something, and what he's going through, trying to learn these powers and everything, all this kind of stuff. Then, like, maybe in the second movie, he loses his father, and that's the biggest problem I have with Man of Steel, is the reason Clark Kent has to lose his father via heart attack is to learn that no matter how strong he is, he cannot save everyone. He has to learn a lesson that he's not God, and I hate that they took that from him in Man of Steel. That's it. That's it. You have to fail. That's a problem a lot, and maybe I'll do a video on this, is like what's different between 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s movies and movies in the last 10, 15 years. You know, everybody talks about the girl bosses. Everybody talks about like all these infallible characters and everything. People have the tendency now to think that any character that fails, you can't show them fail or struggle because that takes away from who they are. That doesn't take away from who they are. That makes them who they are. Persevering through those things makes them who they are. Who the hell wants to root for somebody that's perfect at everything, like right out of the gate? That's why a lot of people didn't like Rey in Star Wars. She was better than Luke Skywalker right out of the gate. She was somehow better than what's his nuts, the bad guy. Just totally blanked on his name, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Kylo Ren. She's like better than everybody right out of the gate. She doesn't have to earn it or anything. She's just better. Like, where's your arc then? We need to see you struggle, fail, battle back, triumph. That's how you tie to a character. And that's what all these characters keep missing. But that is a big, that's a lot going against Gunn, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if you see some announcements coming that some movies might get delayed. If this continues negotiating back and forth with Paramount and Warner Brothers, I don't know. We'll see. Right. Evil Dead would not be anything if Ash was just like a damn superhero that did everything perfectly right out of the gate. Like, where's the arc? Where's the growth? Man, 4K Tent Revival in the house. What's up, man? I'm definitely going to get that American Psycho because I don't own that one at all. So I'm definitely going to get that one. Yep. John Schneider is awesome. Know him, you know, in real life. Like, he's just a cool guy. He is that. It was very easy for him to play that character because he is that character. Well, the other problem is you have multiple Batmans going on at one time, and you're going to have multiple Jokers going on at one time, and they're supposed to be in different universes, and you have to remember, you need to appeal to the... This is what I tell people sometimes on my list. They'll be like, well, I'm a horror fan. Any hardcore horror fan would have seen that movie. And I'm like, well, this video might get watched by 100,000 people. You have to make a list that keeps hardcore fans in mind, but also the average fan, the general audience. So, like, general audiences don't know who Clayface is. And general audiences have a hard time understanding, well, wait, Robert Pattinson's Batman. No, wait a minute. I thought Christian Bale was Batman. No, I thought Ben Affleck was Batman. Wait, Michael Keaton's Batman. They have a hard time. All right? So you have to keep that in mind. That's it. Justin in the house, my buddy Justin. The hero's struggle. You have to, I mean, it's a foundation of writing. It's a foundation of storytelling for eons. No, not even close. No. He chose to let his father die. His father told him to let him die rather than give up his secret. That is nowhere on earth the same thing. Not even close. Dying of a heart attack, there's nothing you can do about that. Neither Jonathan Kent nor Superman. Superman would have not. First of all, he didn't need to. He could have saved him without anybody seeing him. He didn't need to let him die. He could have sped in there and got him and got out. To let him die in a tornado to protect his secret, that is not the same thing. No, not the same thing at all. Sorry. No. Josh, yeah, are you late getting here, man? If you want anything, everything got mailed out yesterday. Chase Street with a $5 super chat said, "Can you imagine the Evil Dead?" Oh yeah, I saw that one earlier. Yeah, that's definitely different. Groot, I am Groot. I said, "What's up, man? I want a Superman and a Lobo movie. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Groot." You know what, Groot? I've been meaning to tell you this too. I love your little avatar there of Brandon Fraser and the Mummy crew. That's it, because there is no hero's journey. It's just waiting to see how Rey is going to triumph over everybody with all of her superior skill and knowledge. That's it, Final Girl. 1,000,000% Final Girl 27. You don't give your character some sort of struggle. It's got to be mental, physical. It's got to be something. Then they're the equivalent of an Instagram influencer. That's it. They're just nothing. It's just like, here, push this. I'm pushing this character on you. Look how awesome it is. That's it. That's all it is. Boogeyman's Closet with a $5 follow-up super chat said, "Email sent and added photos of the room in progress. Look forward to checking it out, my friend. Thank you so much." Icon. Oh, I love Cabin in the Woods. I think it's one of the smartest. It's on my list of the top 20 modern horror movies made. I think it's super smart. Super duper smart. Yes, don't make you. That's something else that we've done over the last 15 or so years is destroy and deconstruct heroes. And like, we don't have to destroy and deconstruct heroes and make them look bad to create new heroes. You don't have to do that. The original Star Wars, like, you don't crap on Obi-Wan or Yoda to make Luke Skywalker and Han Solo look good. You don't do that. They're treated with respect. That's it. Thank you. The werewolf video is fun to do. I love werewolf movies. That is one of my favorite subgenres of horror. I think I sacrilege for a lot of people, but werewolf movies may be above vampire movies overall for me. Always something that scared me. The animalistic, just ruthless nature of werewolves, scary to me. That's it, Justin. That's it, Justin B. Clark could have saved him. He had to learn some things were beyond him. He's not God. I've never even watched it. Is he good? I haven't seen it. I'm not saying he's bad. I just haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Because if it doesn't tie to everything else that was going on, it just seemed like offside and confusing to me. Agree. That was one of my biggest problems with that movie. Oh, that's cool. That's it. He could have zoomed over there and saved him. Nobody would know. You don't like The Howling 2? The Howling 2 is fun, man. No, I think I think John Schneider is the best to ever play Jonathan Kent, and I think Kevin Costner's second. And I think he's good. Also, the other problem with that movie is Jonathan Kent would have also never told Clark he should have let a busload of kids drown to protect his secret. He never would have done that. Yes, Mary Sue is a problem. It's a problem. I mean, that's something they teach you about in writing, like a long time ago, before any of the other stuff got popular. You had to avoid Mary Sue's. Yes, his wheel. Like, I mean, there are times throughout history that I've been mad at Superman for just kill him. Like, just do it. It would be the greater good, but he will not. He's got a strong will to do exactly what he believes is right. And George Clooney. Yeah, she learned it all in the junkyard. Man, Schlock-O-Rama, there is nothing wrong. The Howling 2 is good fun, man. Yes, villains, like, one of the first things they teach you in writing. like, your story's only as good as your villain. Your story's only as good as your villain. And if you keep making your villains shades of gray and misunderstood kind of anti-hero is a whole separate thing. I am a big fan of an anti-hero. Anti-hero. Spawn. Anti-hero. Wolverine, to an extent. Anti-hero. I'm a fan of the anti-hero sort of concept because... Why? Because I like a flawed person, a real person who struggles, does the wrong thing, but their heart is right. So in the moment when they have to do the big thing for other people, they do it. That is more of the real duality of people. That's more realistic than somebody like Superman, who I love. So I love the anti-hero. Villains and anti-heroes are not the same, and we've tried to make them the same. And you take Darth Vader, for instance. A 4-year-old kid who has never seen a movie in their life can put on Star Wars, and in those first couple of minutes, when Darth Vader strolls in there, there's dead people, there's stuff flying. He's in this black outfit with a black cape and literally the bad guy in a black hat. He's hulking, he's huge. They know he's a bad guy. Just from his presence, they know he's the bad guy. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Yeah, Smallville made him learn that lesson even worse, even harder. Becca says, on your video, why horror movies are better, I got a reply asking, why do we need raunchy films? I won't repeat the last part. Yeah, I responded to that, Becca. Did you see my response to that? Because they said something about, why do we need raunchy films? My 5-year-old sees it, or something like that. And I'm like, well, why are you letting your 5-year-old watch R-rated raunchy films? It doesn't... Oh, does it start on Halloween? Interesting. I do know, I like visually how it's shot, because I looked up the lenses. They use some vintage lenses on that movie. These vintage, they're Russian lenses. And I actually bought 2 of them. They're around here somewhere. But they actually put literally modified $400 or $500 lenses on $100,000 cameras to give a vintage look to them. I haven't seen that. Oh, Haunted Ween is ridiculous fun. Kenneth says, I did an awesome analysis of A24, has not memorable horror films. I mean, I caught a lot of grief. There was like 59 people unsubscribe over that A24 movie, or video. But, I mean, I'm going to be honest what I think. That's the reason you guys are here, right? For my honest opinion, my thoughts, my educated opinion on certain things, my fan opinion on certain things. That's why you're here, right? You know what? I didn't think Werewolves was that bad. Me and my son had fun watching that in the theater. Frank Grillo. It was basically The Purge with werewolves. Yeah, and my buddy Brian sent me a link saying that they're not going to have any blood in the movie. I'm like, what are you making a Predator movie for? Santino with a $5 super chat just says, thank you. You're welcome, my friend. Yes, I am a suffering Falcons fan, although they had a good night the other night. You know. Happy spooky season, Eric. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it even beyond spooky season. Like I said, we won't leave horror, but we got all kinds of other lists and deep dives too. Only 24 more likes, or 25 more likes to 100. All right. like 59 people unsubscribe. It'll give me the numbers of the people who unsubscribe during the video. It was like 59. Chase with another $5 super chat said, could be worse. You could be a Titans fan. Oh, I did see that. Bijan, he's a good running back. There is no doubt. 30K special next week's 30K, or next week, yeah, definitely probably will be a 30K like celebration because we're 240 away. It was something about A24 horror. I can't remember the name of it now. Hold on, I can tell you. It was... I cannot find it. I erased it from my memory. Let's see. Got to get back to our countdown over here real quick. Just a second. Let's see. Oh, The Truth About A24 and Elevated Horror Movies is the title. That's it. Yeah. Thank you. I thought the Fright Night remake was okay. It was fun. I just love that movie so much. Pet Sematary creeps me out. I'm not a biggest Pet Sematary fan. I think it's let's see. How far did we get with our I think we did enough likes. You guys want to know what the big weekend video is coming this weekend before we jump back to our countdown? The big weekend video that's unlike any video I ever did, that's combining that nostalgia documentary style with a countdown rankings video, is, I don't have the official title up yet, but it is the 50 greatest B-horror and creature feature movies that built the 80s and 90s horror boom. So we're going to look at how all those straight to VHS movies, those low budget stuff, those creature features, how they helped elevate the horror boom and give us the big foundation of horror during that time. Because it wasn't just the stuff up at the top of the iceberg. It was all that stuff underneath. Deep diving, and we're doing a top 50 countdown to go along with it. Video's going to be like 42 minutes, though, or something, so hang with me on that one. Because it's part documentary and countdown. I also have the best Stephen King horror movie adaptations rankings coming up as well. So, those are coming. Oh, the video is recorded, Richard's Art. The video is recorded. I mean, so I know how long it's going to be because of how long I talked, and all that's edited down. I'm just editing in the clips and the graphics and all that stuff now. Luis dropping a $10 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Luis, which one of you stinkers in here unsubscribed from my Patreon? That's what I want to know. How dare you? Somebody unsubscribed from the Patreon. Let's see. It'll tell me. I'll get you. Shar says, watching you on my Fire TV and phone. Oh no, the TV is making me too big. That's, she said, is that as long as it's going to be? Never can tell. Boogeyman out. Have to make those numbers up or I lose my Boogeyman status. I appreciate everything, my friend. I appreciate it. All right, back to the countdown list. So at number 8 of the best horror 4Ks I bought this year, Constantine. Now, I got the Zavi, like the UK big box edition here. This one is great. This one looks really good. I want to... This Constantine looks good. Anybody that thinks it didn't look good doesn't know what they're looking at. I really want to put, though, tied with this is... I'm not going to cheat, but The Conjuring looks really good, too. The Conjuring looks really good, too. And I got the UK box set of it as well. So, I am a big fan. This one's coming in at number 8 right now. Yeah, this one is super cool. So, that's number 8. Let me see if I can get some questions in here. Zora says, can I have an autographed copy of Creature Feature? I don't have any more physical copies of Creature Feature. I sold all the ones that I had. And I am trying to press some more. And I remastered the movie. So it's going to take a little bit. But when I get physical copies again, then we'll go. I'm going to put them on my store. Where you can get where it's the same place you can get all this stuff, and hopefully they'll be in like slip cases and stuff like that. So, and then I always, anytime anybody buys anything, I always sign it and send it out. I may do an Indiegogo where you can pre-buy them, so that I have the money to have them all pressed because it's not cheap, and at least that way I would know how many I need to get. Trick or Treat is the best 4K I've ever seen, man. From Arrow, it's one of the best I've seen. All right, number 7. We talked about this one earlier. Humanoids from the Deep. Where this movie started to where it ended up, ridiculous. Ridiculous how good this 4K is. Rob Bottin doing the monster effects on this, same guy that did The Thing. So damn good. Underrated, sleazy, awesome creatures, small town atmosphere. Just way better than it has any right to be. Humanoids from the Deep coming in at 10,987 of the best horror 4Ks this year. And we'll go at least one more. Let's see. All right, coming in at number 6, a Lionsgate Limited. Humanoids from the Deep is on Tubi. It does not look like that, but you can try it before you buy over there. But Frailty from Lionsgate Limited, great movie, just absolutely great movie. And this 4K looks incredible. Stop shaking them around like. You mean to Vanna White them? This one is super good, and a very high recommend. Bill Paxton doing just some great work here. Great work. But Frailty coming in at number 6. So Lionsgate Limited with a big chunky box. And we have what? 1, 2, 3. We got 5 left, so we'll take a break for it from just a second to catch up here. Oh man, Jackson, Georgia, you're not too far from me. I'm in Gwinnett County, so you're not too far. Been watching a little over a year, never get to watch the live, so just well, I appreciate you checking in, Andy. It also looks like you have a picture from Universal Studios. Islands of Adventure there on your icon, if I am not mistaken. Why do I keep seeing people from the U.S. freaking out saying Second Sight's put out release of the year with Reanimator when it's a bait? I do not know. I went on the warpath about that because I actually spoke to Second Sight. I reached out to them and they got back with me. Everything right down to the disc authoring of Reanimator is the exact same thing that Ignite Films put out. So Second Sight did nothing except for put it in a new box with Second Sight on the label. And that's it. Oh, yeah, Brian. I remember that. All right, let's jump into the top 5 of the best 4K horror movies I've gotten this year. End of Days. Y'all, if you're on my Patreon, you know about this. I nerded out over this. Now, I'm an Arnold fan, but that did not color this. This thing is awesome. This is a great 4K, and this movie is way better than people give it credit for. Way better. End of Days. This is a great 4K. High recommend. You guys know nobody gives me anything. I wouldn't tell you to get one that I thought was subpar. Better movie than most people remember or give it credit for. Arnold versus the Devil. He is an anti-hero. We're talking about anti-heroes. He's an anti-hero in this movie. Done right. Done right. Great 4K. Grain. Looks filmic. Just awesome film here. Super high recommend. Well done. End of Days. Another $10 super chat from Chase says, do you enjoy movies like Kung Pao, Enter the Fist? Dracula the Dirty Old Man. I've had some people recommend that. I have never seen that. But that one I would definitely watch. I would definitely watch that. But I have never seen it. Thank you so much again, man, for the super chat. I really do appreciate those, man. Jackson, Georgia has the upside down. All right. We've got 4 more. So coming in next, Night of the Living Dead, 1990. And there's a story behind this one. I told on my Patreon. Hey, Kat, I see you in here. I'm glad you could watch live. So I told this to Brian and Jason, too, in our little private chat. So I did some digging on this, and a lot of people thought this was shot on 16 millimeter. Matter of fact, if you were to go ask like Google AI, I think it would tell you it's shot on 16 millimeter. It was not. It was shot on 35. And this is restored from the original 35 millimeter negative. But to save money back in the day, they did the printout for the a lot of the theater copies and for the VHS and TV, what got put down to VHS and TV copies, they printed it out. They printed out the final cut onto 16 millimeter prints. So that downgraded the footage a lot. So a lot of us got used to seeing this movie, if you saw it, downgraded even more than it should have been. So now when you go back to the 35 millimeter and you put it into 4K, I mean, this thing just is awesome. So yeah, I'll do a recap, Brad. I'll do a recap. But yeah, it's so that kind of maybe, because like when I saw it, I was like, holy crap, how is this so good? So I actually started doing research before I did my 4K review on my Patreon. And that might be why. We might be used to seeing a 35 millimeter downgraded to a 16 millimeter, then downgraded again to VHS, TV copy, all that kind of stuff. And so when you go back to the 35 millimeter negative and you put it on 4K, it's like, holy crap, it's a whole revelation. So Night of the Living Dead 1990, definitely a high recommend. It comes in top 5. It's at 4 for best 4Ks I've seen this year. You could argue it could be higher. All these are just stellar. And that leaves 3, and I'm going to catch up and then we'll do it. Yeah, I like the matte finish too. You ain't kidding, man. It's supposed to cool down after Sunday. It's supposed to rain like 2 or 3 inches, and then it's supposed to really cool down. The Man Who Laughs. I don't know if I've seen it or not. Sounds familiar, though. What's up, Stick Gaming? All right. Kicking off our top 3 of the best 4K horror movies I bought this year. This one's kind of a cheat, right? It's kind of a cheat because it is actually from December of last year from Vinegar Syndrome, but this has new stuff, and that is The Keep from Imprint. Yeah, that's like a little smuts. The reason, first of all, this is an insane 4K restoration. It's the same one that Vinegar Syndrome had. But they have a full feature-length documentary on here that's worth the price of admission by itself. They also have a soundtrack in here, so you got Tangerine Dream soundtrack on here, all that kind of stuff. I am doing a full video on this one. The best horror film never finished is going to be the name of it. A full multi-disc set. This 4K is just incredible done considering what they had to work with. You get the soundtrack, Tangerine Dream, and that documentary. So here is the full big box it came in right here, which is just insane. This cross weighs like 5 pounds by itself when you pull it out. And then inside there you have Molazar. And it's absolutely incredible. I'm obsessed with this movie. My brother and my dad rented this movie a lot when I was a kid. And the cosmic horror of it all is something. And if I had the money and I was allowed to finish any one movie, if I was allowed to remake any one movie, it would probably be this one. And I would finish it my way. I'm doing a whole video on this, some background on this. Greatest horror movie, never finished. The Keep. And it comes in at number 3. Could have been higher, but they reused Vinegar Syndrome's 4K. So it's kind of a reuse, but they did add a lot more on there. It is Final Girl. It's a blessing. It is awesome. This is a lenticular cover. But, yeah. Super cool. That one comes in at number 3. Yeah, I think a lot of them are going to start coming back. I think a lot will start coming back. I will show it all on the video. 10 more likes to 100. All right, so coming in at number 2 is also kind of a cheat because it's one big package. It's the Nightmare on Elm Street set of 4Ks. I have now watched all of these. They all look good. They all look good. They don't have Dolby Vision, but they all look good. One is still the strongest, I think. 7, A New Nightmare is super strong. Dream Warriors is super strong. I think there's some that are a little stronger than others, but they are all solid. I hate how this box looks on my shelf. It sticks out. It's plain. From a distance, it just looks... it just looks like a black hole on your shelf. Farnsworth, I've read it before, yes, and I'm actually listening to it on Audible right now while I work and do other things to get ready for that video. But yeah, this whole package together makes the list for sure. I mean, it kind of has to. It kind of has to. As a package, that's pretty damn hard to beat. They all look good. So, Nightmare on Elm Street. Coming in at 2. Yes, it's got the director's cut, Rooster. Okay, so to recap them, yeah, Kenneth, I said my video is going to be called The Greatest Horror Movie Never Finished. Thank you. Thank you, ZNT Picture Show. Thank you. All right. Because I told 4K Revival I would recap before we got to number 1. Let's recap it from the bottom. Of the best horror movies I bought on 4K this year. Number 10, Jason Goes to Hell from Arrow. Number 9, Night of the Creeps from Scream Factory. Number 8, Constantine. Number 7, Humanoids from the Deep. Number 6, Frailty. Great one from Lionsgate Limited. I'll get it out here in a minute. Number 6, excuse me, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, End of Days from Scream Factory. 4, Night of the Living Dead, 1990. 3, The Keep from Imprint and Vinegar Syndrome. And number 2, the Nightmare on Elm Street set. And that just leaves number 1. And number 1 is easy because it's one of the... Now, I would say a few of these are definitely in the top like 15 4Ks I've ever seen. But I think number 1 is maybe the second or third best 4K I've ever seen, regardless of genre. I think Convoy might be the best I've ever seen. Convoy from Imprint. The Searchers is up there. 10 Commandments is up there. Number 1 is Reanimator from Ignite. And that, it to me, it's not particularly close. That I did a full review of this. I did a full review of this on my channel, and I show you the side-by-side videos of this and the Blu-ray from Arrow, and they don't even look like the same movie. They don't even look like the same movie. Captain Kronos is really good. I got it right here. I got it right over here. Right here somewhere. But this one is definitely number one. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to give Second Sight credit for just taking all this and putting it into their box and selling it for 15 or 20 bucks cheaper, because they didn't have to do the work for it. I try to celebrate and support small businesses, and particularly U.S. small businesses and things like that. And so especially when they do top-notch work, and that's what you got here, and no, they don't give me anything. Just give me my honest answer. That's number one. Now, there's others that are great. Conjuring was great. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, great. Captain Kronos, great. I'm trying to think of what else I almost put in here. These two both would be in the discussion had I gotten them earlier. So there's a lot. Which just shows what kind of good time we're living in for all this stuff. Becca said, you say you don't consider yourself an actor, but I will fight my point on this. I truly believe that look you give in Dark Road 79 says otherwise. That is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Well, I always think that the mark of a good actor is if you can say a lot without saying anything. So I appreciate you picked up on that. The one with the pumpkin? Yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get it. Yeah, it's hard to beat it. Yeah, it's hard, man, because there's so many good horror ones. Like I said, the TCM is super good. The Stuff looked really good. Captain Kronos. April Fool's Day looked really good from Kino, which they don't get a lot of credit that much. There's been a lot that have looked really good this year. I think we're going to get Society here. I know we're getting Bride of Reanimator, but after that, I think we're also going to get Society from Ignite Films as well. This is horror only. Quietly. This is horror only. If we were talking overall, Jackie Brown would be in there. Love Universal Monsters. Matter of fact, on my other channel, on American Vintage Adventures, I'll have a video going up soon where I did the Universal's Epic Universe Darkmoor, and I cover that whole Universal Monsters land very cinematically. Lots of slow-mo, cool shots. It did. There isn't a 4K of Society yet. Only a Blu-ray. All right, Final Girl. Good night. I don't know. You would think eventually they'd get around to doing them all. They're definitely working closely with Usna. Yeah, the Rage Carry 2 is a great one. The 4K, I reviewed that on the Patreon. It looks great. Yeah, they're working with Usna I mean, they were talking with me. I'll just be honest. I was talking to them like about interviewing used on the channel, but I don't really do that. I don't really do interviews too much anymore. I did one for my buddy Lance, who's making a movie, and I'm gonna come in and make the rest of his horror anthology. So I'll be shooting a wraparound. I'll be writing, directing, and filming the wraparound story for a horror anthology movie that'll be releasing again pretty soon. So I'll get back. I'm gonna jump back behind the camera. I'm a fan of them insofar as that I'm friends with Tyler Main, and he's in my movie, Bring Me a Dream. Not the biggest fan of the boogeyman-fying of Michael Myers. I haven't watched it. You talking about I Like Me? Is that it? Me too, man. They're doing great work, but they're also going deep into it. Look, I went all in. I got a shirt from them. You know, you guys follow me. I did tell you that they sent me a bobblehead for free. So that I have been sent something for free before. How about that? It was a bobblehead. But I went all in support on them. Grabbed that shirt. Because I support, I own a small business. So, and my mom owns a small business. So I support small businesses, and it sucks to see them do all that work, in my opinion. And then people come on and complain about the price. Even though they gave us, people want to say, oh, it was $75. They want to gloss over the fact that they gave you a slipcover 4K option for like 40 or 45 bucks, which is basically the same as everybody else. But like they did all this work, and they got Barbara Crampton and Jeffrey Combs and Usna. They got them all involved in it again, and they did all this stuff, and they made cartoons, and they made shirts. They did all this stuff and got all this excitement. You could tell they're really passionate fans, and people crapped on them because it was $15 more than they wanted to pay. And because of that negative about the price on YouTube, they had to go and license out to try to recoup some of their money so that they had enough capital to put into another movie. And that sucks, man. Did we get to 3 likes away from 100? Did we make it? Let's see. If I refresh my page, it'll probably kill me. Oh, 98. We got to make it to 100 before I get off of here. Or are we at 99 now? Yeah, Beyond. Bride of Reanimator was announced, not Beyond. I imagine they'll probably all come before it's over with. Oh, we're at 100. We're at 100. All right, man. I just haven't been into that email. I haven't been. I've had like no time. No time. My buddy Justin, who was in here earlier, like he was texting me like about, did you see this or did you see that? And I'm like, brother, I hadn't even. Hell, Risha called me today, and she's like, you didn't answer the phone. I was going to the grocery store. And I'm like, I didn't even look at it. That one was fun. That one was fun. Just made it to 100. You made it 100. All right, I appreciate it. Yeah, Ignite had to license out the UK rights to all of their work that they put in for Second Sight to try to recoup some money so that they could then make another 4K and all that kind of stuff. What are the best horror books to read that were made into movies? I take it the Keep is very good. The Keep, well, because the book gives you a lot of stuff that you lose in the movie. And you lose it in the movie because the movie originally was going to be 3 hours and it got cut down to like 90 minutes. It is one of my favorites. I listen to it, Stephen King's It, once a year on audiobook. It's just so much, the book is so much richer, has so much more. I mean, a lot of the Stephen King ones are good. The Shining, but you're going to get a very different you're going to get a different experience out of that. I know one of the worst ones is Dark Tower, because that Dark Tower series by Stephen King is amazing. In that movie, they tried to put it all into one movie, and holy crapola, was that not good. I'm trying to think of any others. I mean, there's like, if you want to go other miniseries too, The Stand by Stephen King is incredible. But man, oh man, is it long. And if you want to talk about one I would love to see made into a movie, is one of his newest books is like called Fairy Tale, I think is the name of it. That would be a cool movie. Very hard to do though, and of course Salem's Lot is good. I mean, I'm a big Stephen King reader. His endings suck a lot of times. He doesn't know how to end anything, but the journey is worth it. But the Keep is very different. I just listened recently. It's another Stephen King, but I just recently listened to. I didn't read it because I didn't have time. I listened to Christine, which was done by John Carpenter. And that's very different than the movie. Yeah, it is epic. Misery. But that movie's so good, man. I've never read American Psycho. See, I like Idris Elba a lot, but throughout that I picture like Clint Eastwood, like a young, like he just doesn't. It didn't click for me with him. And I like Idris Elba a lot. Yes, he was. Tommy Knockers. Listen, I love Maximum Overdrive. And he was out of his mind on some Colombian Bam Bam when he did that. Nice. I still love Maximum Overdrive. Who made who? I mean, look, you got coked out Stephen King. You got AC/DC soundtrack. You got Emilio Estevez blowing stuff up. Like, what is not to like? Langoliers, man, you know, that's one I would kind of like to see them remake. Where now that they got a little bit better technology to do that. It's so funny. I remember when that came out, and like I know a lot of people were scared by it, and that one just never got me. That one just never got me. What's my advice for upcoming film director? Make your movies one way or the other. Get a camera, get stuff, and just start making them. Learn how to do it. Don't wait on other people to make it. Don't think you got to have the perfect budget and all this money and this and that. Just start making stuff. I don't care if it's 5-minute short films, 10-minute short films, a feature that you made for $2,000. I do not care. Just start making stuff. Maximum Overdrive needs a 4K release. See, it's interesting. I almost thought Matthew McConaughey could have been the gunslinger in that. And, I mean, I really like Idris Elba, though. It's tough because anytime you go into that and you've read the books multiple times and you have the characters in your head and then they look completely different, it's like, now, it works the other way. Like, I had never read Harry Potter, right? I'd never read the books, and so I saw the first movie. And then I read the books. So then I had those characters. No matter how they described them, I had those characters in my head. So I was cool with them the rest of the time. But with The Dark Tower, it was the other way. I had this, like, weird mashup of, like, an older version of Jensen Ackles from Supernatural mixed with Clint Eastwood and kind of visualization in my head. And I was like, this, and the same thing with a Flag or whatever with McConaughey's character is just not what I pictured at all. I am not a big J-horror guy. I'm just not. I never have been. There's something about the cold, sterile, desaturized, clinical tone to those movies that just never fit in with what I like out of horror. I would listen, you'd be better. I will never get behind it because you can, I can tell. Like, people are like, oh, I shot this on my phone. You can't tell. Yeah, I can tell real quick. Like, most filmmakers can tell. It's depth of field. It's bokeh. It's all kinds of stuff you're not gonna get right. But if that's all you got to shoot on, it's better than doing nothing. I would argue that you're better because phones are like $2,000, $1,500, $1,600. You can go and get you a Canon RC5 or whatever for about that much, and that's an actual cinema camera, and do something with it. Thank you, I appreciate that. Greetings, Huck. Yeah, I mean it's so hard, but like I said, it's phone. I mean, yeah, if you already got the phone, but literally, I'm going to use my Canon Cinema C70 camera to film this part of this movie. It's the same camera that they use to film In a Violent Nature, the Canon C70. And you can get it for $3,000 used, 2,500, 2,800 used. Yeah, I wouldn't trust any of that. Yo, you barely made it because I'm getting off in just a minute at 10:30. I was planning to get off at 10:30. 2 hours. But you're in just under the wire. You're in just under the wire. But that being said, you guys, it's 10:30. I've got more editing to do tonight So I have to get my butt off of here. I appreciate you all hanging out, all the super chats, everything. I appreciate all the support. The channel's growing like crazy. Make sure you check out the new videos when they pop up. Make sure you ring the bell. I've heard from so many people, oh, I didn't know you posted a video in a few days. I thought you stopped posting videos every day. And I'm like, wait, what? So they're not even showing it to all of you guys. So make sure you ring that bell. And if you want to see more too, check out the Patreon over there. That helps out a lot. And, you know, we're up to just about 200 away from 30,000. And I got those big videos coming out this weekend. Stephen King, the 50 B-movie horror and creature features / documentary countdown. All that kind of stuff. Digging everyone's vibage for sure. And thank you. No, I hate the way that fits. I will probably get the 2-second site releases and get the standalone X. But thank you everyone, and until next time, be kind, rewind like always. I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. Oh, Chase with a $5 super chat coming in at the end. I don't want to leave him hanging. He says, how is the movie Crimson Peak? Is it a good horror movie? Yes, it is a good horror movie. It is a gothic, haunted house, creepy, kind of Guillermo del Toro movie. So just know that going in. A little fantastic, kind of, to say, but very gothic. But cool 4K. So I recommend. I've got it. But I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much, Chase. Thank you so much, brother, for everything and the movie that you sent me. And see y'all real soon. Bye-bye. Good night, Becca.